So I think Antress Reviews really should have stated that that's what this was, all right? Because we all know Dragon Ball figures do not look this good, okay? They don't look that good. They don't have that level of shading in the hair and detail in the skin and whatever. No, don't expect that from, you know, a Dragon Ball figure these days or whatever. We get more stuff like this, right? This like plain, basic looking stuff. That is typically what Dragon Ball figures tend to look like, okay? Of course, there are some outliers like Tonsen, Recustom, Air Studio, and so on, who have better quality sculpts and stuff like that. But even they don't have this kind of artistic shading to them. And of course, I wish SA Figuarts looked like this. This is what the figures actually should look like for the prices they cost. But that is not the reality of what you're gonna get, okay? So the MP Vegito figure, although I think it probably will be the best looking Vegito figure, it will likely 99.999999% chance not look that good. Alright guys, welcome back to the Dragon Ball figure recap. Before we get started, I do want to mention something, mainly for the benefit of any other Dragon Ball YouTubers or Dragon Ball figure YouTubers that see my videos and so on, or I guess anyone in general that's using YouTube and stuff like that, or social media, whatever, you know. Essentially regarding affiliate links, okay? You are actually legally obligated to disclose that you're sharing affiliate links when you do that, okay? In America, at least. I don't know about the specific laws for the UK or China or the Philippines or whatever other countries, or Canada or whatever, but I would assume, of course, the UK and Canada probably have similar laws to the US. But whenever you share affiliate links with people, you are actually legally obligated to disclose that that's what you're doing, okay? That's why when I share affiliate links, I say these are affiliate links. I say I may earn a small commission, no extra cost to you, and so on, okay? And for Amazon specifically, Amazon actually, if you read their terms, they specifically require that you say the exact words, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases, okay? So if you don't do that, if you just like share links with people and they don't know that they're affiliate links or whatever, you can earn money from it and stuff like that, you can get into legal trouble, okay? You could actually there could be lawsuits filed against you. You could get fined. I don't know if it's possible to go to jail. It might be possible, I don't know. But it is your responsibility to research the laws for your country, okay? Because I do see a lot of other YouTubers and stuff sharing links, and like at least one of them I know of actually said that they're affiliate links, but they only said it one time that I heard. And you're supposed to say that like every single time. Like every time you share the links, you have to disclose that that's what you're doing, okay? Like your viewers have to be aware that there is a financial incentive for you sharing this link with them, or, you know, promoting a certain figure or whatever. That's why, of course, dbfigs.com is very, very transparent about that. Every page that has the affiliate links and stuff, you see me put the disclosure at the top saying this page contains affiliate links and so on. And at the bottom of the page, there's the whole statement about the affiliate links. I even have a whole page about affiliate links disclosure and stuff like that, okay? So you don't want to get into legal trouble for sharing, you know, action figure links online, okay? Like actually, like I hope that anyone who sees this will, you know, make the necessary adjustments, because when I was like, say like probably like before I made dbfigs.com, I wasn't as aware of how important it was, and I took the time to research it a bit more and so on, and I realized, oh, this is actually like kind of a serious thing. So that's why I am very, very upfront about it now. Whenever I share affiliate links, I state that these are affiliate links and so on, okay? There's not like a, you know, one size fits all way to do it necessarily, as far as I know, but you do want to make sure that your viewers are clearly understanding that there is a financial incentive with you sharing these links and so on, okay? So now on to the actual Dragon Ball figure news and so on. The pop-up tour is of course continuing, and today is March 6th, right? So today is the beginning of Barton Creek Square in Austin, Texas, from March 6th to 8th, okay? And for that one, you can click right here and see more info about that stop if you're near that or you want to attend that one and so on. And after this one is over, the next stop is in Arcadia, California, the shops at Santa Anita, March 13th to March 15th. And after that is over, the Dragon Ball pop-up tour is complete. As far as I can tell here, there's no other stop listed, right? So there's that. I don't know if they adjusted the, you know, stock of like Genki Damatsuri Goku and stuff like that, but if you want it, it should be there for retail, I believe. As for Premium Bandai, they do have, of course, some stuff for pre-order, as well as, you know, stuff that's in stock. As I've mentioned before, I do not recommend pre-ordering any of these like new Premium Bandai pre-order items or anything like that, because you can't trust necessarily that what they're showing you here is the quality you're going to get when they actually send you the figure. And their return policy, look at Shallot, as I said before, right? And the return policy is not very good. If the figure is not damaged or defective or whatever, you can't return it according to their policy. Okay, so if they send you a bootleg, horrible looking Bardock, and it looks too cheap and horrible, you want to return it, you can't. Okay, unless it's damaged or defective. So yeah, but they do have Bardock here, $75. Pre-orders closed March 15th. For Dodoria and Zarbon, $165. There is no pre-order closing date listed here, but if you look at the sales calendar, the Tamashii calendar, this says March 15th is the closing date, but of course there's nothing listed here. So I don't know why there's that discrepancy. I don't know if that could be the pre-order closing date for Japan. I don't know, but there's nothing here. Okay. And on this thing, they also have, they say here March 20th, Friday, Legendary Super Saiyan Goku will be released. I guess that's a reissue, right? But I don't see it on Amazon. So if I do see it there, I'll let you all know. And for Android 13, it says here that the pre-orders close on March 29th. But just like Dodoria and Zarbon, there's nothing listed here. So I don't know why, once again, there's a discrepancy between this and the Premium Bandai listing. Okay, I guess it's possible they might have to update the Premium Bandai listing, and if I check tomorrow or some other day, it might say March 29th, I don't know, but it's not there right now. And also, of course, as you saw last week, some figures are getting reissued, which is Games Begin Goku, Super Buu, and Imperfect Cell. Okay, I believe the release date for all of them is October, I think so. But yeah, Imperfect Cell, they do have it in stock on Premium Bandai right now. And of course, this is also available at other retailers, like Amazon, for example, has this last I checked. So, and I think Amazon's price is actually slightly cheaper than what they have here as well. They have for $80. And I believe the original price for this was $75. They also have this infinite latent superpower Trunks, Super Saiyan Trunks figure. This one, I actually found it on Amazon like this morning, so I have to add that to dbfigs.com as long as it's still in stock. But they do have this as well, $38, the new, you know, quote unquote budget price. Okay, let's now move on to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and so on. All right, so for figures that are on Amazon, you can find links for those in the description and on dbfigs.com. For the figures at other stores like Barnes & Noble or GameStop, those will actually be tagged in the YouTube video, and you will see something pop up on your screen. And I think you can literally, like, you can view the page or buy the figure without pausing the video or something like that. Is this YouTube affiliate thing? Okay, so Goku DAIMA is in stock at Amazon, as he usually is, $35.99. Barnes & Noble also has them for $38 right here, and with them you can pick it up in the store if it's available at your location, and they have free shipping on orders $50 or more at Barnes & Noble. Okay, DAIMA Mini Goku is in stock as well, but not on much of a sale. $37.28. In fact, it doesn't even say like any % off there. Of course, the new standard retail price for these kinds of figures, I believe, is now $38, so it's a slight discount, you know, but not much. This figure has had pretty decent sales in the past, I believe, so you could try to wait for that if you want it for a better price. It is a pretty small figure for that price. DAIMA Vegeta is out of stock from Amazon as far as I can tell. I only see third-party sellers on here, but Barnes & Noble does have it for $38, okay? And same thing as with Goku, as we mentioned before, you can pick it up in the store, a physical store, if that's available near you or where you're going. As for Mini Vegeta, this one's on sale for a pretty decent price, $26.98. I believe I've seen this go as low as like probably what, $13 or something, I think, one time. So this does go on some crazy sales, but I think this price might be fairly acceptable for this. Still, when you add on the taxes, you're basically paying $30, so it's still a bit high for this little thing, but much better than like $40. So there's that, you know. DAIMA Piccolo is in stock as well, on sale, 8% off, $68.78, being sold by Amazon.com, as you see there. You know, not a great price, but lower than the 75, you know. Mini Piccolo, though, is on sale, 29% off from Amazon, $42.82, and I also have a coupon offer for $29.97, which is a fantastic price for this in my opinion. So if you want that Piccolo, I try to get that coupon as soon as you can before it like runs out or whatever. They might have a future coupon, but you know, these coupons for this Piccolo, I think they happen a bit less frequently than they used to, so might be a better decision to get it as soon as you can instead of hoping for a future coupon. Glorio 9527 being released on April 10th, 2026, so not that far away. According to the Tamashii calendar, I think it's being released in March according to their calendar. Their calendar is probably mostly based on Japan. So yeah, if this goes on sale, which this must go on sale. There's no way that this thing here for 95 flipping 27 is not going on sale. Okay, so expect some clearance prices on that, I would hope. And if we do see some good, you know, sale prices on this, I might get this myself. Shenron here, $119.99, being sold by Amazon, and GameStop also has this for the same price, $119.99, but it drops down to $113.99 if you're a pro. And they also, let's see, GameStop has free shipping on orders 79 plus. They also have this pay in installments thing, so for something expensive like this, paying in installments might be a better option for you if you prefer that. So you could pay, it says installments as low as $31.25 with Zip, and they even have same-day delivery, I believe. So if that is, available based on your address, that might be a good option for you if you want it like immediately, So that's pretty cool there. For Piccolo, Proud Namekian Piccolo, $109.30 being sold by Amazon. Hopefully that price drops at some point because I don't know why Piccolo's over $100. It's just insane. I don't know why that's the case. Frieza also has an insanely bumped up price, $98 for this Frieza, being released on November 14th, 2026, and Piccolo's being released on August 14th, 2026, okay? Then they have Boy from the Future Trunks being reissued. This is being released on July 14th, 2026, $78.38 for that. Earth's Strongest Man Krillin is also available from Amazon for $65, which is $10 more than the retail price used to be as far as I'm aware, which was $55, being released on August 14th, 2026. Games Begin Goku is here as well, $38 for that, being sold by Amazon, in stock right now, not a pre-order. And the Gohan Who Surpassed Goku, it seems that this was in stock at Amazon, I think up until last week probably, but it has sold out very, very quickly. So I don't see Amazon selling this directly anymore. It's like completely gone. But if you do want it from directly from a I guess what you call a reputable retailer, more popular retailer, Barnes & Noble does have it here for $65. And of course they have the free shipping on orders $50 or more, and the pickup in store option if that's available based on your location or where you are, okay? For Dangerous Pride Vegeta being released on June 29th, 2026, this is $38. I'm looking forward to this, as I said before. I do like how the body and stuff is looking on this, as I've seen in the images online and stuff like that. But the face sculpts are pretty much an L, so I'm hoping for some third-party stuff to put on there. And then for this Vegeta, the Awakened Super Saiyan Blood Vegeta, still out of stock from Amazon. I don't see Amazon selling this directly, but Barnes & Noble does have this still for $35, so a bit lower than the $38 price tag. And so yeah, if you want this Vegeta, Barnes & Noble has it, Amazon does not, at least not directly from Amazon.com. Infinite Latent Superpower Trunks, This one, as I saw this morning, and so here it is, $38, being released on October 23rd, 2026. This is a reissue being sold by Amazon.com, okay? And GameStop has this currently, I believe, in stock right now. It's not a pre-order. So GameStop does have it for $34.99, so slightly less than Amazon actually. And they do have the free shipping on orders 79 plus. So if you want like other figures from there, you can get free shipping on this, potentially same day delivery and stuff like that. And they even have this installments thing. It says installments as low as $881, okay? And for pros, the price goes down to $33.24. For Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku, $38, being released on July 30th, 2026, sold by Amazon.com, as you see right here, okay? Saiyan Raised on Earth was on sale for a pretty good price, I think last week. It was like $24 or something like that. It is currently at $31.15, so still a bit of a discount, you know, pretty decent price I'd say for this. So if you do want a Saiyan Raised on Earth, that is a solid offer right there. And then for Imperfect Cell, as I said, this thing is readily available on Amazon. So $78.38 being sold by Amazon.com. I think this figure is pretty solid personally, at least, you know, visually. Wish it had good shading, but I think the sculpt is pretty good. And for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I don't see this on Amazon being sold by like them directly. Probably only have like third-party sellers or scalper prices on there. But GameStop does have it for $61.99 or $58.89 for pros. And you can pay in installments as low as $16.50. I assume some conditions or terms apply to that, okay? For the Blue Vegeta, Unwavering Saiyan Pride, Amazon is selling this for $34.99, currently in stock right now, and Barnes & Noble also has it for $38, okay? Full Power Super Saiyan Broly, or rather Fully Power, $99.99, being released on April 30th, 2026, sold by Amazon.com. Red Goku here, $38. September 15th, 2026 is the release date for that. Blue Goku, same price, $38, but being released on October 14th, 2026, instead of September 15th, as you saw for the Red Goku. And Barnes & Noble has the 2.0 Super Saiyan Blue Goku in stock right now. This is the one based on the, basically the poster or promotional image for the Broly, Super Broly movie. So yeah, if you want that, that is currently available. And GT Kid Goku is in stock from Amazon, $48.06 right there. And Barnes & Noble also has it for $54. And they have, of course, the pick up in store option if that's available in your location, and free shipping since this is over $50, okay? Now we move on to the third-party stuff. All right, so first, Kang has returned from their vacation. I guess they caught all the fish they needed to catch. And so they've opened store, you know, Kang store number 2. We will cover everything they have in the AliExpress section, and I will leave a link to their store in the description, okay? And on dbfigs.com, at the top of the page, there's a link to their store there as well, the new store, okay? So they posted this. This is being made by Air Studio, according to them. It's like, you know, Goku gi pieces for Games Begin Goku, I would assume, with some crossed arms. The Super Saiyan 2 kind of rip or tear going on there. Looks fine to me. Many other studios have done something similar as far as I know. Like I think there's BSM Studio, there's some other kind of, there are more than one of them. There's more than one of them. But yeah, so Air Studio is making this. And Kang also said that they have the Air and OQ Ultra Ego Vegeta head sculpts in stock right now. So as I made a post about this, I believe yesterday. If you want these, please buy these as soon as possible, because you already saw what happened to Recustom, right? That set is now being scalped into oblivion, and I expect the same thing to happen to these. When last I checked, Kang's price was still somewhat of the original price, like $40 something or whatever. But do expect this price to go up astronomically, probably in the near future, okay? If you want this, do not wait around and all that kind of stuff. Just get it now if you want any of these, okay? Link in the description, of course. And As far as dbfigs.com, either today, which is Friday, or tomorrow, Saturday, I will update dbfigs.com to have the links for all the new Kang stuff that's up at the time, okay? At least the stuff that's in stock. If something's sold out, there's no point in adding that, right? They also posted about the Has HM, which is basically his Air Studio with a different name, I assume, right? The future Gohan saying that the second batch of pre-sale starts and will probably be shipped in May. So this is also up for pre-order on Kang's store, the new store, Kang Store number 2. When I first saw this, the price was I think like $77.57 or something like that. Then it went up to $78, literally probably like a minute after I posted about it, I think. And now the price, when last I checked, was like $80. So the price is already increasing. As we know, Treasure Toys, Kang, whatever other stores, they're basically all scalper stores. Unfortunately, that is the truth of AliExpress and what you see happening on there. You can't really trust these stores to give you like the retail price all the time. You know, it's like originally they may have that price when it's for pre-order or whatever, but they will probably start increasing the price incrementally as time goes on. And then once the figure is like, let's say, you know, more difficult to find or, you know, sold out in most places and stuff like that, you will see stores like Kang, Treasure Toys, and so on likely scalping the absolute snot out of these figures, okay? So just because I refer you to these stores because I trust them as far as not paying tariffs or whatever and getting the figures that I paid for and so on, does not mean that I'm not aware that these stores are scalpers. Like, they're scalpers, okay? So anyways, future Gohan right now on for pre-order at Kang's new store. If you want this, same thing as the Air Studio stuff, please buy this as soon as possible. When last I checked, there was like a discount. I had a discount offer for like $9 off, which really helped lower the price of this a bit to basically be the best price I've personally seen any store selling this for when you consider the discount that you can get. So if you want this, I recommend pre-ordering this as soon as possible. Like, I mean, literally pause this video, go pre-order this, and then watch the rest of the video, okay? Like, this is how important this is if you really want that, because this is going to be scalped like nobody's business. I'm telling you that right now. This is going to be scalped like crazy. I really think that's going to happen. As far as I know, the joints on this, if you buy this, you need to have silicone oil or shock oil or whatever. You need to put oil all over this figure's joints, okay? Because this thing is squeaky, the arm could break or whatever, that kind of stuff. I don't know why Air, whoever had this thing so squeaky. I guess technically it's their first figure or whatever, but you should know, like, these figures need oil, okay? You need to oil the joints or whatever. So if you're not willing to apply oil to the joints and that kind of stuff like that, probably not a good purchase for you. But if you do have shock oil or silicone oil or are willing to get it and use it and so on, then apply that to this figure. I'd recommend, even before you start posing it or anything, just immediately apply the oil, okay? But yeah, so that's up for pre-order at Kang's store. Same thing here. They posted on their Instagram story saying the second batch will second batch shipping in May, okay? And then they also posted about this being made by BSM Studio, basically some wings for Goku. I'm not sure where Goku had these wings, but I've seen it before in like art and stuff like that. It might be something like to do with a manga cover or some kind of like end credits or something. I don't know. But anyways, Goku with the wings for Games Begin Goku. I don't know how this even works. Like, can you take the wings off, or are they like, you know, glued or molded onto the plastic upper part there? I don't know. But they have different images here. And the sculpt looks very good, actually. I will say that. The sculpt of these wings looks very, very good. So I'd say they did a good job at the detail and stuff like that. Of course, I mean, with, you know, SHF style figures, don't expect this to have like really good shading or anything. But the sculpt itself, you know, to me looks pretty solid right here. Another image. You've got that right there. And I guess that's the like 3D model on the screen in the background there. And then the wings extended right here. We've got this as well. That. And finally, this image right here. Okay. Now, Antares Reviews reposted this. That was posted by 5K Toys saying Demon coming. So someone, it seems, is making an Omega Shenron figure. And I mean, I can't say for sure, but I think it's very likely that this image is an AI generated image. I doubt this is like a real, you know, prototype of the figure or something like that. So I would say don't expect the actual figure to look this good, because this looks incredible. This looks really, really good. Do not expect the actual figure to look this good unless Kong Studio, who I assume might be making this, unless they give this like the same amount of effort or more than what they gave for the Dark Broly figure, because that figure did actually look really good sculpt wise. So if they give it that much effort, it could possibly actually look this good sculpt wise, right? But even so, I will say, if it's Kong Studio making this, then very strong chance that I'll skip on it just because it's Kong Studio. As you guys will know, if you've been following for some time and seen my videos where I've mentioned this kind of stuff, I don't really buy Kong figures. I don't think I've bought any Kong figures actually. I bought like a blue Vegeta head sculpt from like, I think they made that years ago for really cheap on AliExpress. But I don't buy Kong figures because I know about the whole, they have just the worst quality control I've ever seen, basically. Like, well, not the worst. I think WP model is pretty bad with the Recustom, but really bad quality control to the point where it's just like, I'm not buying a figure for that much money, expecting the hand pegs to break, expecting the neck peg to not work properly, expecting whatever to snap. And like, no, I'm not doing that nonsense. I'm not spending $80 to $100 on a figure expecting it to break. That's just nonsensical to me. So I don't buy Kong figures. If it is Kong making this, even though I do want Omega Shenron for like the Budokai 3 intro and stuff potentially, I'll probably skip on it just because it's them. I'm not spending that much money on a figure expecting it to break, okay? Just no, not happening. So yeah, that there. And Antris Reviews also posted these other two images here, which have the Gemini logo. So I believe, you know, this is, you know, AI generated. They basically use that to remove the words, the text from it, and give kind of an idea of what it would look like without the text, okay? So there's that. And then this right here as well, okay? So yeah, I mean, as I said just now, do not expect the actual figure to look this good sculpt wise unless Kong Studio, who is possibly making this, decides to give it as much effort or more than what they gave to the Dark Broly figure, okay? Now, another thing, which is, I would say this is, I guess, pretty controversial. And it, like, honestly, it kind of annoyed me a bit because essentially, based on what I can tell here, what Antris Reviews has done is they made like AI painted versions of some MP model Vegito images, right? And essentially did not state that that's what they did. So it makes it seem as though this is the figure you're getting. Let's read the post, right? It says Vegito MP soon, May to June, pre-order the Vegito MP. Based on the prototype images, I painted the action figure to show you how it will look. Access, yada yada, blah 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 blah. Okay, so limited units. This will be the definitive Vegeta in the collection. Okay, so anyone who isn't like aware that this is an AI image could see this and be like, "Wow, this Vegito looks incredible, dude! I'm gonna pre-order that right now." But that's not the figure, right? That's not the actual figure. So I think that Antris Reviews really should have said that this is like an AI whatever. This is not the real figure, okay? So you don't want people to see this and think they're actually going to get this. And I think EM Hyrule, I don't know how to say their name, EM Hyrule or M Hyrule or Emi Rule, they commented saying like, essentially, this is fake, it's AI. You don't, like, you want to be clear about that so people don't think that they're going to get this and then pre-order the figure based on this fake image, okay? So I think Antris Reviews really should have stated that that's what this was, all right? Because we all know Dragon Ball figures do not look this good, okay? They don't look that good. They don't have that level of shading in the hair and detail in the skin and whatever. No, don't expect that from, you know, a Dragon Ball figure these days or whatever. We get more stuff like this, right? This like plain, basic looking stuff. That is typically what Dragon Ball figures tend to look like, okay? Of course, there are some outliers like Tonsen, Recustom, Air Studio, and so on, who have better quality sculpts and stuff like that. but even they don't have this kind of artistic shading to them. And of course, I wish S8 Figuarts looked like this. This is what the figures actually should look like for the prices they cost, but that is not the reality of what you're gonna get, okay? So the MP Vegito figure, although I think it probably will be the best looking Vegito figure, it will likely 99.9999999% chance not look that good, okay? So yeah. And then this is another AI image of the blue one, right? The black hair as well. Okay, so yeah, do not expect this. Do not pre-order the figure expecting to get something that looks like this, okay? This is not what the figure is gonna look like. 99% chance. If it really did look like this, if MP really did make a Vegito that looked this good, I'd be very, very impressed. But the downside to that is that if they make a Vegito that looks this good, it probably won't fit in as well with your other figures, because if your other figures are plain with no shading or whatever, and then this thing looks like an absolute art piece, then it will kind of like contrast and stick out a bit, you know what I mean? So that is why, as I said before, I don't really blame third-party companies and stuff like that, third-party customizers or whoever, for not shading their figures very well, because they're essentially making these figures to fit in with S8 Figuarts, and as we know, Bandai, with their laziness and cheapness, does not shade those figures very well. So having a super shaded artistic figure compared to your S8 Figuarts, which is plain and basic with no shading, it won't really fit in as well, you see? So I don't really blame them for that. They're really just following Bandai's example in the artistic standard Bandai has unfortunately set for the Dragon Ball figures. So yeah, another image right here. A bit too pale, I'd say right here. He looks really too pale. But yeah, I mean, the real figure will not look like this, okay? 99% chance on that. And then here's a look of the head sculpt, same AI thing going on. I don't think they've shown a real image with actual color on it, okay? So this is an actual real image of the figure. This is actually what they've shown us so far. And it says May to June. So I'm hoping we see some kind of like, you know, colored figure or something soon, because the release date, what is March, April, May, 2 months potentially away, and we still haven't seen a fully colored version of this figure or anything. Like, I think honestly for me, something that's starting to annoy me a bit as I thought about it kind of recently is that I'm tired of like third-party companies and stuff expecting people to pre-order figures based on these renders or based on these gray things and stuff. It's like, dude, I want to see what the figure's actually going to look like, right? Show me an actual product, okay? That's what they need to do. They need to make an actual prototype, a colored prototype first, okay? Make that a little draft thing or whatever, and then reveal it and show pre-orders or whatever, okay? Stop making pre-orders based on this gray garbage, right? I don't want to pre-order based on this, because I don't know how you're going to make the actual figure look. Will the colors look right? Will it have any decent shading in the muscles or anything? Will I get some cheap looking bootleg looking thing like KW Studio theirself, for example, right? The renders look better than the figure to me, right? So if you pre-ordered the KW cell based on the renders, and then the actual figure looks like cheap bootleg stuff, like, that's not really good for you, right? So I think these studios need to start actually show a product first. Like, I guess it's kind of like how Bandai does in a sense. Show a product first, show us a colored product first, and then the pre-orders will follow, okay? Not showing us this gray stuff and you're already taking pre-orders when we have no idea what the actual figure will look like as the final product, okay? And of course, the difference between these and Bandai is that with Premium Bandai, if they send you a bootleg looking garbage, then you can't return it unless it's damaged or defective. With AliExpress, of course, you can return the figure if you get it and it's trash. So you're not locking yourself in the same way as you do with Premium Bandai. So moving on here, another image of the real figure, or, you know, prototype or whatever, right? Kind of uncolored, unpainted stuff. And as I said, I do think this will probably be the best Vegito figure like ever made up until right now, compared to OC Toys and DF and so on. But still, we can't definitely say that because we haven't seen the final product yet. And of course, with the soft gi, I mean, I like the look of it. I love the sculpt of the figure, at least the sculpt of the body. The face sculpts, let's see. The face sculpts, I'm not 100% sold completely. Like, I can see the potentially, right? But I don't know. I think the face sculpts might need a bit of improvement. But I mean, the current standard, the competition right now is not like Tonsen. It's not incredible competition. So even if these face sculpts aren't like jaw-droppingly great, it will probably still be the best Vegito figure purely based on just the body sculpt alone, because the body sculpt to me does look very, very good. I do like the look of that, okay? So I think this will probably be the best Vegito on the market when it releases, but someone might surpass it in the future. That is possible as well, okay? So another image there, you got that, you got this. The decals look pretty clean right there, I'd say. Got that, or decals are painted, however they painted that or colored that. And then, okay, this as well, cool. So I wanted to mention as well, in the past, Entrance Reviews has made other, what I assume are AI, edits or whatever of figures that, kind of could get your hopes up depending on if you like it. For example, the KW Cell, they posted this. It says, I made a simple edit of what the finished Cell KW would look like. Sorry for any mistakes. And so you see here, this is their kind of, I assume, AI draft kind of thing of what the KW Cell was going to look like. And as you know, the KW Cell end up looking pretty cheap and I think pretty atrocious for the price. So yeah, I mean, this, I think it does have some messed up things around the eyes there, but I do think that this looks better, at least as far as the sculpt goes and stuff. And if this was colored properly, this looks better than the KW Cell. So don't assume that the images Entrance Reviews posts and stuff like that, or anyone posts sometimes, are actually the actual figure, okay? Unless you see an official, quote-unquote, official release of new images from the studio or whatever, don't just assume that that's a real image of the actual figure, okay? Because this is not the real, this is not what the KW Cell actually ended up looking like, okay? And I think, wasn't it ZT Studio, like when they had that Super Saiyan 4 Broly a while ago, and then they later said, oh, that was AI made by whoever the player was. They said the player, made by the player. Made by someone made an AI image of what the ZT Studio Super Saiyan 4 Broly would look like, and they said that was not the actual image of the figure or real render or whatever, okay? So keep in mind, there are a lot of like AI generated images and stuff that might make you think a Dragon Ball figure looks a certain way, and it doesn't, okay? So be aware of that. Kang also posted this right here saying that it says the end of the month is coming up, and they showed the last duel by DKO and Recustom. Now, I don't know if the wording is kind of strange. I don't know if that's a bit of a language barrier thing, but I guess they're trying to say that at the end of the month, this is expected to release, which is the end of March, which is kind of strange because we haven't seen a fully colored, figure of this, or a fully colored print of this, or manufactured version of this, or anything. How haven't we seen that? Like, apparently just less than a month away from the release date. Like, as I said before, these studios really need to show an actual product more, okay? Like, don't have people just pre-ordering off of nothing but renders, and we're even just apparently just a month out from release, and you haven't shown anything? I haven't seen any physical updates of this. All I've seen is renders. I've not even seen like a gray anything. So we need to see something physical. Show us an actual product, okay? Next we have ZH Studio, posted by Kang right here, and these are some head sculpts for Gogeta, okay? And I mean, I think honestly, like, that looks fine, I suppose. Let's see, that I guess the nose gets kind of lost in that angle there. Let's see, this one looks fine as well. But I think I'm fine with my Tonsen. I don't think you would feel like I need these necessarily. If you do have Gohan though, the DF Gohan, or quote unquote Gogeta, if you have the DF Gohan, this might be a good investment for you to get some better looking head sculpts on your figure. But if you have the Tonsen Gogeta like I do, I don't think you really need these. The Super Saiyan hair color, I do like the hair color more than Tonsen because it's more of a yellowish color, whereas Tonsen is a kind of slightly orangish, I think. And I think the yellow color suits Dragon Ball Super Broly better, whereas the more kind of like orangish tint to the hair color suits Fusion Reborn better. So yeah, I don't know. It really depends on what you want. but if you have Tonsen, I think, you know, you should be pretty okay without getting these, just like the GM Studio ones, right? Now, Red Leaf Studio posted, well, Zealous Zenkai posted some images of Red Leaf Studio products in development, right? And it says here, don't tell Red Leaf, this is Baby Vegito Black. And you see actually like a figure back there. That looks pretty cool, actually. It's kind of blurry though. You can't really tell much of what's going on, but I think that looks pretty solid right there. Let's see. How do I feel about the hip area? Not sure. I think the hip area is probably the one thing that bothers me a bit, but I think the like overall silhouette of the figure looks pretty good right there. And this as well, I'm not that familiar with Baby Vegito Black. This is like a fan-made character, I believe. And they also posted this right here, which is just like the head sculpt view by itself, which I believe is the same image as this, but just by itself. And this is a screenshot I took from a What If movie kind of thing by, I think their name is Hurin Jutsu, right? Of Baby Vegito Black versus Beerus. And I think the Red Leaf render looks pretty similar, you know, pretty similar. This is a very pixelated image though, so I'm not aware of like, I don't know if this person has any like non-pixelated stuff of Baby Vegito Black, but yeah, it looks pretty similar to it to me, you know. The head shape is slightly different. I guess his head is a bit wider here, but you know, that depends on what frame you're looking at and stuff. There might be a frame where his head shape looks more like this, you know, because of course, you know, things are not, you know, hand drawn or even digital art or digital animation or whatever. They're not going to look the exact same from every angle, but yeah. So if you want Baby Vegito Black, a figure is being made by Red Leaf Studio, okay? As far as Black Frieza, now Zealous Zenkai also posted this right here, Black Frieza being made by Red Leaf, and I think this sculpt looks pretty good. This sculpt looks pretty good, but they later posted this right here, saying, quick update, was brought to my attention yesterday from a follower, thank you, that something looked off or incomplete about the old render I posted yesterday. After taking a second look, they were right. I posted a previous image of the figure before Red Leaf had revised it. I have multiple photos of what looked to be the same thing, so that's my bad. The difference is subtle, so I didn't notice, but the face is a bit different. And I basically put these side by side here so I could show you like kind of the difference there. So you see around the bottom of the eyes especially, I think, have this like black outline. The updated one has the black outline, and the shape of the mouth is different as well. The mouth is a bit wider, has these like, you know, crevices going on here, creases, right? So yeah, I think this sculpt looks pretty dang good. Let's wait and see what a physical product looks like, but I'd say, you know, good job, Red Leaf right there. To me, you know, that looks pretty solid stuff. Good to see studios actually making like face sculpts that look good and stuff like that, not just generic, basic. So yeah, I really like the look of that. Whether I will get this myself, probably a slim chance, probably not, because this is really a manga exclusive thing right now. There's no anime of this, and I'm not planning to make anything for the Dragon Ball Super manga right now or anything, so yeah. But it looks pretty cool. I think the sculpt of the body looks pretty solid as well. This part right here, I'm not sure if Black Frieza has that kind of detail going on there, but if he does, then, you know, cool. But yeah, so hopefully they show a physical like figure at some point so we can see what the actual product will look like, not just the render. But yeah, moving on now. And yeah, ZT Studio, I believe, posted this saying that ZT02 is shipping out by the end of this month, and that is the green-haired Broly figure as opposed to the yellow-haired one they released before. So if you're looking forward to the ZT Broly, the green-haired one, by the end of this month is what they said. Of course, with third-party companies and stuff, I don't advise ever taking what they say to be guaranteed, okay? This might get delayed 2 months, I don't know, whatever, but this is what they said. Now we're gonna move on to the actual like dedicated AliExpress section where I'm gonna show you like, actually this time I'm probably gonna show you mainly what Kang, mainly or only what Kang has in stock at their new store, or up on their new store. All right, I've decided to cover a mixture of Treasure Toys and Kang, and I think what I'm gonna start doing is mainly focusing on the newest products listed by these stores, okay? So keep in mind, there are tons more figures and accessories and stuff than what I'm showing you in the recap here. I'm just giving you some of the some things I want to highlight, for example, okay? And links for all of these will be in the description and on dbfigs.com. As for the stuff that's on Kang's new store, I believe I've already linked some of them, but I have to link the rest of them, okay? So either by today, which is Friday, or tomorrow, Saturday, dbfigs.com will be updated to have links for all these things as well, okay? For all the new Kang stuff too. So, first of all, DF, the Marcellus Forever Evolve in Combat, I think is the name. Treasure Toys has, thankfully, lowered the price, okay? At least right now. The price I see here is $46.68, and of course if you get the $4 off I see here as well, that'll bring it down to $42.68, okay? And as I said last week, I believe it was, I bought the original version of this with, you know, I think it has a stand. I think it has a bit more accessories than this, right, in general. Okay, this has the crossed arms, but, you know, this is supposed to be a reduced price. Kind of, I guess it's kind of like DF's kind of best selection kind of thing. But anyways, I bought the original version of this for basically $48 free shipping back in 2024. So if you take off the $4 off of that, I mean, $46.68 is already less free shipping, as you see there. Then $4 off, $42.68. That is a reduced price, okay? So they're not making DF look like liars currently, okay? But I will say, do not expect this price to remain the same in perpetuity, okay? It will probably go up at some point. If this price were to remain the same for the duration of the entire time this figure is on Treasure Toy Store, I'd be completely floored if that happened, okay? Because we do know Treasure Toys, Kang, whatever other stores do engage in scalping. They are scalpers, okay? That is just the reality of what we're dealing with here. So do expect the price to go up. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked. But yeah, if you want this, I mean, $42 for this, pretty good price, I'd say. Very, you know, it's like, you know, it's more generic, of course. It's not like Tonsen. But if you want a base form Goku, this is going to be a pretty solid price. Of course, the Kind-Hearted Saiyan is scheduled to release probably, like, I think in June or something. So this says April of this year. I wouldn't trust that as definitive, you know, like with third-party stuff, that the release dates, they say, change all the time. So yeah, anyways, there we go with that. Now this is for Kang. Kang's new store, okay, they have a bunch of stuff listed. So first we have the Recustom, I think it's just Recustom, doesn't say like Recustom DKO or anything like that. The Recustom Ultra Ego Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and, well, yeah, Ultra Ego Vegeta, okay? So this, of course, is being scalped into oblivion. I mean, if you want this, you know, then the choice is yours. I wouldn't really recommend, you know, paying the current scalper price for this, but a lot of people like it. The sculpts are pretty good. I think the Ultra Ego sculpt is better than the Super Saiyan 3 sculpt, but if you do want this, it is available at Kang's store right now. $85.60 for the solid color version and $75.53 for the pearlescent version, okay? Next we have the MP model, the main event of this video, I guess you could say. So they do have the MP model Vegito stuff up for pre-order as well. I think this is like an accessory set, basically. This is 01001A Super Saiyan Vegito, 001B Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and then I don't know what the difference is between 04B and Orpho. Let me see. I don't know what the difference is really between these two, but they do have 4 different things you can buy right here, okay? And I do expect this, as I said, to be the best looking Vegito figure on the market when it releases. Probably better than OC Toys, DF, and so on. Now, I mean, you do get a decent amount of accessories, to be completely fair. So if the sculpts of the face sculpts can really be like really top tier, this might essentially be kind of equivalent to like a Tonsen Vegito if the face sculpts can deliver in that department. But I think even if they don't deliver 100% Tonsen level, it'll still be the best looking Vegito, because Tonsen hasn't made a Vegito, for example. Recustom hasn't made one, you know, so stuff like that, all right? They also have the Broly, the ZL Studio, I believe is their name, Broly figures up for pre-order here. You have this one, this one, this one. And the price here, I think this is lower than Treasure Toys. I believe Treasure Toys, last I checked, had this for like $88, basically $90. Kang has it here for $84.15. And if you get $9 off, that'll bring you down to what, $75.15, right? So not the worst price. I mean, you know, like it's way better than Treasure Toys last I checked. So if you do want this figure, I'd recommend getting it from Kang instead of Treasure Toys, as long as the price, you know, is lower like this and stuff like that. But another thing to keep in mind is that they have shown like some gray print, you know, manufactured prototypes or whatever, but we haven't seen a fully colored figure yet. Okay, so I would like to see a fully colored figure so I can know what this thing will look like, and hopefully it's not another KW situation where it looks like cheap bootleg garbage, you understand? So that's what I'm really hoping to see. We need updates, because I think it says releasing kind of soon. Let me see, second quarter of 2026. Okay, so not that far away, and we still only have this gray stuff. We need to see some physical colored stuff. Okay, we need to see that. Okay, if you want pre-orders, show people the product they're getting. We need to see that. It's getting too much time has passed. We've not seen a colored thing of this yet. Okay, they also have the Future Gohan by HM Air, has, whatever you want to call it right now. This is $80.06 free shipping. If you get $9 off, we'll bring it down to like $71.06, right? And when I first saw it was $77.57, I think. Then it was $78. Now it's $80. So you see the price is already creeping up. Okay, if you want this Future Gohan, okay, listen to me right now. If you want this Future Gohan and you don't want to be completely scalped, okay, get this thing as soon as possible, like even literally, and I'm being very serious. Pause this video right now, go pre-order this Gohan, and then return to the video, because this price, I expect this thing to be scalped into oblivion, okay? Because it looks better than the DF one. Like, sure, yes, DF is making one, but it looks better than what DF is probably gonna make, okay? I don't think it's like perfect. It's not like Tonsen level. It's close. It could be a bit better, because I know Air Studio can do better. Like, these are not the best quality face sculpts they've produced, in my opinion. Like, they look good. You know, they look better than basically everything else except for Tonsen, that kind of stuff. But it's still not quite at the level that I know they can deliver. So it seems to me that because they're making a body, they didn't put as much effort into the face sculpts as they usually would, which is not like Tonsen, right? Tonsen started out, as far as I know, making just face sculpts. But then when Tonsen started making full figures, they didn't degrade the quality of the face sculpts because they're making a full figure. You understand? Tonsen also kept delivering the quality in the face sculpt department along with having the full body and everything like that. So I would like to see Air Studio actually take the time to make the face sculpts for their full figures. If they're going to continue making full figures, make the face sculpts for your full figures look as good as when the face sculpt sets and head sculpt sets and stuff like that. Okay, don't degrade the quality of the head sculpts because you're making a full figure. Okay, don't do that. Don't detract from the quality of the product because you're making a full figure instead of a head sculpt, that kind of thing. Okay, or just a head sculpt, you know. But yeah, if you want this, pre-order this as soon as possible. It will be scalped. I'm very confident of that. And be sure to apply shock oil, silicone oil, whatever, to those joints even before you start moving it around. As soon as you take it out of the box, immediately just apply the oil to that thing, okay? ZT Studio. So as I showed earlier, I think they said what is it? This one, the green-haired version, is going to be shipping around the end of May, I think they said, right? Something like that. I showed it earlier. You saw it, right? So yeah, this is here on Kang for pre-order as well. $151.06 free shipping, $9 off. This price is astronomical. I've criticized the price of the ZT Broly's from the beginning. Okay, so I don't have any plans of buying any of these. 150, absolutely flipping not. But they do look better than Bandai. They look better than Kong's Broly's. I don't think the face sculpts are better than TK though. I think TK actually has the best looking Broly face sculpts on the market, period. Like, I don't think anyone can touch TK as far as their Broly set that I have, that I reviewed actually a while ago, okay? So in my opinion, if you want the best looking Broly figure as far as like the likeness, the resemblance to Broly's faces and stuff like that, I think getting like the DF Broly or something like that and pairing that with the TK head sculpts would be the best looking Broly. That's what I personally have, okay? Of course, the yellow version, I think the TK yellow version, the hair, Doesn't contrast the skin tone enough, so the green one probably looks better aesthetically, but I prefer yellow hair for Broly, so that's what I have. But yeah, I mean, this looks good as well, just not as good as TK, and of course the price is absolutely astronomical. And then the price on the yellow haired version is being scalped as well, $208.97. Okay, so yeah, no chance of me getting any of those. They have the MP head sculpts here. I think these might be new. These might be new for the ZT. I'd assume they're for the ZT Broly. So yeah, they have the yellow ones here and the green ones. I guess this is still a pre-order. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is like a pre-order or in stock, but it looks like it should be in stock. They have a little box and everything right here. But yeah, anyways, they have the green Broly head sculpts from MP and the yellow ones right here, which I assume are for the ZT Broly since they're listed alongside that, okay? Then for this here, the Ultra Ego from Air OQ, they also have this up for pre-order. Actually, no, this is in stock, actually. Kang says this is in stock and shipping right now. So just like the future Gohan, if you want any of these sets, okay, do not wait around thinking about, oh, I'll wait for a sale, I'll wait for a discount. Nope, 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 nope. This is basically scalper bait, okay? This is scalper bait. I expect the price of these to astronomically shoot through the roof in the near future, okay? Look at what happened to Recustom, okay? So if you want these, same thing as before, pause this video, go buy this, buy whatever set you want, whatever sets you want, you know, all three, you want two, you want one, whatever. Get whatever you want now when it's at this price right here and get $4 off, okay? Get it now before it's like $80, $100, whatever nonsense, okay? Get it now, okay? Do not, you know, I don't want to see anyone in like a month or two being like, oh man, you know where I can find the Air OQ for a good price? I told you, pause the video. You didn't pause the video, that's your fault, okay? So yeah, that they have that right there. And Treasure Toys also has those up right now. 39, well, they're sold out of the version A. This is already sold out right here. The version A is gone from Treasure Toys, but they do have version B and version C, slightly lower price than Kang, $39.99 compared to Kang, who has a $44.31. So Treasure Toys has a slightly lower price. Same thing. If you want it, pause the video, buy it right now. Do not wait around for that to get scalped. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, this is weird. The image has Gohan, but the listing is for Trunks apparently. I guess this is the DF. Yeah, this is the DF Trunks and not the BoJack Trunks, the like, you know, Back to the Future Trunks or whatever. And it's being scalped, of course, $83.92. I don't think that price was not that high before. But if you take $9 off, bring it down to $72.92, still quite high for that. I wouldn't really recommend getting it for that price, but if you want this, I'd rather get a Tonsen, honestly. If you're gonna spend $70-something on the DF Trunks, you may as well just get a Tonsen at that point, okay? So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend getting that for this price. You know, I mean, if you like the hip flaps thing, then cool. You know, if you like that design, I don't personally like that. I don't like waking up in the morning and looking at my shelf and seeing some hip flaps on the figures. It just enrages me. I think Tonsen does a much better job with it. It's a bit less jarring, but this kind of stuff, no sir, not for me. But if you like that kind of design, you know, you're fine with it or whatever, then you can get this, right? Now, Black Hole Toys recently released this like Omni Goku stuff from, it's based on Anime War, which is like a kind of a series made by Mastar Media years ago. And he's working on Anime War 2 right now, as far as I know. So they have solid color version A, pearlescent color version B, and they also have this torso thing. I guess they're selling a literal torso. Just a torso. $35.25. Like, why would anyone buy that? Why would anyone buy just a torso for basically $40? Because when you get the taxes and stuff going on, it's about $40-ish. I guess you could take the $4 off, but I mean, yeah, this is way too much for just a torso, dude. It's just a plain torso, like, very weird. I don't know what Black Hole Toys is doing. But if you want to see, do they have physical? Yeah, they have this here. I think this is the pearlescent one. And do they have the, yeah, so solid pearlescent right there. Yeah, I mean, the price on this is pretty high. Let me see. Yeah, $65.46. I mean, you get a bunch of stuff, to be fair, but it just feels kind of strange paying that much for a torso and some head sculpts and stuff. I don't know. You know, I wish they just made a full figure. If they just made an actual figure, I'd be more inclined to possibly get this, but I don't know. I might still think about it at some point, but it's not really very compelling, to be honest with you. You know, so yeah. And I think Treasure Toys also has this. This is Kang, by the way. I think Treasure Toys also has this. Yeah, Treasure Toys has the same thing. 6069 right here, pearlescent and solid color. So slightly less than Kang. So if you do want this, let's see, $7 off of that. Yeah, so if you want this, Treasure Toys is definitely the better value for your money right now. $7 off, 53. So not horrendous considering all the stuff you get, but yeah, totally up to you, right? Kang also has the Gogeta head sculpts up for pre-order right here, and these I think these might look slightly better than Tonsen depending on the final product, because you know, Recustom, as far as the Gohan goes, for example, I think the renders for the Gohan looked a bit better than the final product did. So I don't know if this is actually going to look like super incredible to me or not. But if you want to pre-order this, Kang does have this up, $52.64, free shipping, $7 off, bring that down to like $45.64, right? And then for the last duel, this is DKO and Recustom, last duel for Games Begin Goku. And these look pretty cool. Once again, they're just renders though. I haven't seen a physical product for this yet. I've seen no updates for this personally, like not a single one. Like since they showed the renders, released the renders or whatever, I've not seen a single update on this. And apparently this is supposed to release the end of this month, I think, or something. So how is the release date that close and we've not seen anything? Okay, we need to see some kind of update, something. Just give us a grace, something, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, I might consider getting these. I'm not sure, really not sure. Yeah, I need to see a product. I need to see a product. All right, and then Kang also has the new 8-foot tall Goku figures from Kong, the King Kong Goku figures. These right here. Of course, the Ultra Instinct is the best looking one, being scalped into oblivion, 107.55. Okay, so if you want any of these, Kang does have them. The Ultra Instinct is the best looking one, I think, which is of course probably why it's being scalped. Okay, and I think Treasure Toys also has these. Yeah, Treasure Toys also has these, 71.84. Let's compare that to Kang, 73. Okay, so Treasure Toys seems to be, well, slightly cheaper for some listings possibly. 71, 71, 71, oh, 97 and 71. So yeah, I think Treasure Toys has lower prices. For the scalping one, 107 versus 97. Okay, so Kang is scalping this one a bit more than Treasure Toys is. So if you want the Ultra Instinct one, the better option would be Treasure Toys, okay? $9 off, $92 compared to the 107. $9 off, what is that? I'm not doing that math right now. So last thing here is the YGMW, which I believe is OC Toys with a new name. The Vegito figures from them. Kang has these up. I think these are, yeah, in stock, shipped within 24, it says. So you got this one, 04, 05, 06, 07, 8, 9A, 9B. Like, how many Vegitos? Dang! Does YGMW, does OC Toys make anything besides Vegito figures? They should just call themselves Vegito Studios, man. I mean, I don't think they make anything apart from Vegito. So just call yourself Vegito Studios. That's all they're making. I've not seen them make any other products besides Vegito. Like, literally. Have they made anything else? So, yeah. I mean, the images here look kind of good. But I saw a review for... Which one was it? I think I saw a review for this. And also the shiny one here, possibly. And I mean, they're all right. You know, they're better than DF, I think, in the face sculpt department and stuff. Probably a bit better than Bandai as well. But they're not like Tonsen level, in my opinion. I really would like to see OC Toys or YGMW improve in the face sculpt department, because it feels as though, like, it's kind of weird. Like, they look like they should look like Tonsen, but they don't. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So hopefully they can improve in that department. But if you want the 64.04, $7 off, bring that down to like what, 57.04. I would say based on the amount of accessories you get, that's probably not a horrible price, you know. Probably not the worst price ever, considering the bunch of stuff you get. But yeah, as far as QC about these, I'm not sure how the QC is. But yeah, that's it for this week, guys. If you want to stay updated on Dragon Ball figures, be sure to subscribe. I cover the recap every week, for those who don't know, every Friday. And check out dbfigs.com if you want all this stuff organized very conveniently. You don't have to run around trying to find links everywhere and all that stuff, you know. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.